is the North End. This is the North End.
Hi everyone, and welcome back to the North End. It's been a while. I did drop a couple of these videos from Qatar, but they would not match reviews for Liverpool. Liverpool are back, the Premier League's back, and I'm very excited to do this after a victory, which was actually a North End derby, because obviously we do have a couple of Aston Villa fans as regulars. So let me jump right into this. Number one, Trent Alexander-Arnold's vision and playmaking is on point. Look, I don't believe that there's a single other major country where Trent Alexander-Arnold wouldn't be a regular starter. I also think that the fan base in the Premier League is so tribal. And we just saw this with Argentina. So I'm actually fortunate enough to have a few Argentinian friends. And it's really cool how River Plate and Boca Juniors came together. One of the biggest rivalries in world football. And yet, for some reason, even non-Liverpool rivals seem to think that there are better options than Trent Alexander-Arnold. You're tripping. No pun intended, by the way. That didn't even mean to come out. You're absolutely tripping if you think that some of these other options are better. And you know what? The funny thing is like the UK, England, and thus Premier League and Premier League fans, it's all about what people can't do. I was joking around with one of my Arsenal friends, basically saying, I'm going to stop Thierry Henry being considered one, if not the greatest. He is the greatest to me, greatest Premier League striker of all time, because he's not a typical number nine. Like he can't be a target man. He can't lead the line. So let's just pretend like his qualities don't exist. Can you expose Trent Alexander-Arnold? Of course you can. You can expose any single fullback. That's why Cafu is speaking out about why it's a joke that Trent doesn't play. Another thing is, and I think it was on the North End, we had this debate about knockout football. Trent Alexander-Arnold did not lose a knockout game this year, and all the England players did. Liverpool got to all three finals. Trent got to all three finals. He was not knocked out of one competition. Liverpool were not knocked out of one competition, with Trent being a mainstay and being the right back. And yet, people just come out with these theories about why this player can't play and that player can't play. Anyway, all that to say, we saw him at his brilliant best last night. And can you get at him? Yeah. Could you get at Dani Alves? Yes. Could you get at Roberto Carlos? Yes. People who are playing in those roles, who are predominantly in the team for creativity, and they have to play for big teams. And England aren't a big team. And a lot of people commenting on this may not be big teams. Would Manchester City fans want Trent Alexander-Arnold in their team? Probably. Once Kyle Walker retires, because obviously they have a style and a particular way to play. But look at Cancelo on the other side. Can you get to him? Yes. Can you get at him? Yes. Is he still a world-class fullback? Absolutely, because Manchester City play on the front foot. And Liverpool, if they're going to get into this top four, have to play on the front foot. So Trent Alexander-Arnold, firstly, the ball, who sees that ball, who plays that ball with that vision, but just in general, very, very happy with his performance. And obviously, he's had a couple of ups and downs this season. He's had a bit of a rest for the last 2 months as well. Probably got a lot to prove. And with Gareth Southgate now extending, it just means that there's probably going to be a big portion of Trent's career now where he's not going to be an England regular. No worries. Liverpool have seen this before. And I think that this is a really good advantage for Liverpool moving forward, because a well-rested and motivated Trent is a really good thing for us. Number two, business as usual for Mohamed Salah. So, look, he just equaled the great Kenny Dalglish, who's widely regarded as our greatest ever player of all time. And if not, he's interchangeable with Steven Gerrard. And Mo Salah just tied his overall goal scoring record yesterday. If he gets another 13, he's also going to overtake two more favourites this season as well. The other thing is he also just equaled, he was also the second player for Liverpool in the Premier League era to get 50 goals and 50 assists. Of course, the other person is Steven Gerrard. So, for all the strikers, that Liverpool have had, where all the forward and attacking midfielders, he's only the second person to do what Steven Gerrard has done in the Premier League era. Business as usual, makes the breakthrough, could have had another one and got the ball tied under his feet. But anyway, it wasn't the best year for Mo Salah in 2022, coming off a few of those international heartbreaks and, just his extreme high performance in 2021. So here's hoping that this is a new start for him as well, and he kicks on from here. Number 3, Darwin Núñez is chaos. He is utter madness, and I love it. I absolutely love it. Would I want him to finish some of these chances? Of course I would. Would I want Liverpool to win 3-0, 4-0, 5-0? Of course I would. But you know what? It's all good. I think he is a nightmare to play. I don't think any Premier League defender wants to play him. He's big, he's strong, he's fast, and he just causes pure havoc. And what I also think is Jurgen Klopp develops players and he brings people on. So I would very much expect Darwin Núñez to progress. He's a young man. He's been bought for the long term. We've had these conversations a lot, and he's not here to be the main man. If he was here to be the main man, I would be a bit worried, I guess, because we would really need to see some of that more goal return and everything coming in. But this is Mo Salah's team, as I mentioned above. And I think one of the things with Darwin is it's going to be such a pleasure to watch him develop or potentially develop. Obviously he's a work in progress. But what a showbiz footballer, like all in, like everything he does is just some things are amazing. His pace and his power and the way he gets away from defenders and makes them look like they're running in sticky mud. And then obviously his finishing and his final ball can be erratic and at times definitely a little bit wasteful. But look, as well as wanting to win the game, I do want to be entertained. And so far, Darwin Núñez is certainly entertaining me and a bunch of other Liverpool fans as well. Number 4, Virgil van Dijk does his talking on and off the pitch. And by the time I was writing what these 5 things we learned were going to be, this had a completely different meaning because on the pitch, Virgil van Dijk looked like old vintage Virgil van Dijk. It's one game, it doesn't really count. However, he's also not had the best start to the season. And there were a few theories that he's saving himself for the World Cup, and now with the World Cup out of the way, very cool. He's able to like put in a performance like that and hopefully start the ball rolling as he means to go on. However, what I meant was in the post-match press conference, what he said was he's looking forward to welcoming new people at Anfield. And Liverpool fans and football fans originally thought that was a jab at the owners or the transfer committee, basically turning around and saying we need reinforcements. However, what he knew, obviously, at the time was that there was going to be news breaking later on. And if that news comes to full fruition, and by full fruition, I mean Cody Gakpo would have a scarf or a Liverpool shirt in his hand, I'll do a reaction video to that as well. But yeah, Agent Virgil, Captain Virgil for the Dutch national team has spoken, and he has basically let us know a little precursor, and then Paul Joyce broke the news later on. PSV stuck it on social media. It looks like Liverpool will be signing one of the better players at the World Cup this year. So very exciting news there. And obviously coming off the back of Diogo Jota and Luis Diaz's injuries, some much needed reinforcements as we've just been playing Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain at left mid. And he's not had a couple of bad games. However, that's obviously not a sustainable solution. And number 5, what we learned is the rest and the break might have done Liverpool some good. They, avoided a banana skin that earlier this season they probably would have drawn or maybe even lost that game. Aston Villa were pretty good, by the way. I think that their work all the way to the final third was really good, obviously without their main goalkeeper, the amazing and wild Emi Martinez. But yeah, I think if it wasn't for their finishing around the box, we still gave away way too many chances compared to what we would like to. However, this is a results business, and from now till the end of the season, which is over half the season, Liverpool have to put back to back to back wins together. And even if they draw or lose, they have to do it again and then again and then again. And let's just see where we shake out. So it looks like there was a bit of a mentality yesterday that has been missing, and just a freshness at times. I think as well, the other thing is Liverpool had a certain laziness or just a little bit of thinking that they would show up and just win the game earlier this season. I actually put our run down to a lot of complacency at the start. Anyway, this second start of the season, between that break, they didn't look like they did against Fulham, which was the first game of the season. They didn't look like they were just going to show up, even though Villa made chances and Villa could have had a bit more out of the game. Liverpool showed up and Liverpool were looking to impose themselves on the game, which was really important. Anyway, that's your lot for today. Hoping I'll be doing a transfer confirmation video very soon. However, for now, that was the 5 things that we learned from the Liverpool side, Aston Villa versus Liverpool on Boxing Day. As always, please like and subscribe to the North End. If you agree, disagree, shoot some comments below. And I hope you are having a great holidays and Christmas period with your loved ones. All the best. Bye.
This is the North End. This is the North